What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. This one I am so freaking excited to share with you guys. I cannot believe it. So we're gonna start making changes to the truck to drive down the road and drive off-road a little bit better. So let's get into why I need anything, which is these, which I'll get to in a minute. So when I load the camper into the back of the truck, my back end sags a little bit. And what that means is that the weight pushes down, which ends up bringing the front of my truck up a little bit, which causes a few issues. First is when I'm not level, the headlights, the sensors and everything are not aimed correctly. Two, it causes what's called body roll a little bit. So when I'm driving on the interstate, if I'm making a turn, you can kind of feel the weight shifting one way or the other on the truck itself, which is something that I'm not a huge fan of. Now, I do want to just preface this by saying this truck can handle roughly 7,000 pounds in the bed. Okay, so it's an F350. The camper weighs maximum, with everything, with all of us in it, 2,500 pounds. So I'm well within my payload of the truck. There's no issues there whatsoever. I'm just trying to get a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more level. That way I'm back to stock settings on everything. I'm not blinding people coming down the road, and it's gonna stiffen up my ride a little. This is airbag suspension. It's the 5000 Ultimate Plus from AirLift, and then they sent me the wireless air onboard compressor that has like a little remote that you can set like your PSIs. I'll show you guys a little bit that later. But I'm gonna just tell you, this is obviously a sponsored video. They sent me these to install on my truck, but I do wanna say that I reached out to them. They did not reach out to me. I did all of my research, did all of my reading, talked to people, asked questions and everything, and it brought me to that AirLift is gonna be the best option for me. And there's three reasons for that. One, we live in Wisconsin. It is horrible. If you guys live down south or somewhere where there's not rust or anything, you don't know the pain of instant rust on everything. What's really nice about these is that it has stainless steel fittings, which I'll show you later, but all of it's stainless steel. So the road grime, the salt, everything like that, it's not gonna break it down. Now, the second main reason I really wanted AirLift is because it has what's called an internal jounce or bump stop. So this is the one that came straight off my truck. It's obviously very rusty, very disgusting. But what happens is it mounts underneath the frame, and then as you hit a really strong bump or have a lot of weight, something like that, it prevents you from bottoming out onto your axle. So it physically hits right here and stops. Now, other companies don't actually have that. So AirLift is exclusive to have that. It has it in there. Now with other companies, you have to run some sort of PSI in the bag. That way you are not gonna be able to bottom out, and that can affect your overall ride quality when you don't have anything in there. It can cause it to be a little rough, a little jarring at times, but with the AirLift one, you can run it at 0 PSI and have no worries at all because you have your bump stop still in there, or your jounce. And then the third major reason why I wanted AirLift was because of this. This is the wireless compressor. You have wires obviously to the bags, but it has like a wireless remote. But what this one is obviously you'll see, it has everything on one giant plate. That way you just mount it straight onto the frame. I don't have to drill any holes in the truck. I don't have to do anything else other than just mounting it up. Like I said, my truck can handle 7,000 pounds. Now, I do want to say that adding this, which can hold 5,000 pounds, does not actually affect the payload of your truck whatsoever. All it does is provide additional support to the truck itself. So if your truck can handle 2,000 pounds and you're gonna put 2,500 pounds into it, don't think that you're gonna buy this and you're gonna add 5,000 pounds of support. No matter what, the payload that's on your door is the payload that your truck can handle. There's other things in play like brakes, suspension, gearing, everything like that, that you don't want to overload. So I'm actually going to max these out before I max my truck out, which I'm only half the weight of what these can handle. So I'm honestly not worried at all. All right, so enough talking. I'm tired of listening to my voice. Let's get these installed. All right, guys, so I literally installed the airbags, got everything ready, and then got in the truck and came here. We are in northern Wisconsin. I wanted to get a lot of miles on it before I really could give you my impressions and stuff like that. So we have about 500 highway miles and roughly about 100 off-road miles. So far, honestly, I'm really, really impressed. I knew that my ride would be better on the interstate, but I didn't think it would be this much better. It's completely smoothed out. Without them, I had a lot of body roll, or you could feel the turns a lot. You could feel the truck moving as I turned. And now with this, I honestly can't really feel it at all. Now, one thing I didn't expect is actually how good the ride was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be improved, but I didn't expect it to be this smooth. It really levels out any of the bumps. It keeps me from sagging and bouncing down the interstate when I hit like a bump or an expansion point or something like that. It really feels as if I don't have anything in the bed at all, which is amazing. I found that 45 PSI while I'm in the interstate or the roads feels really, really good. It's not too stiff, but it's just stiff enough where I don't really feel it in the back. And then on these dirt roads, Forest Service roads, off-roading, I feel like 20 PSI is really where I like it to be. It softens it up just a little bit, but it still keeps me nice and planted. So I'm gonna be completely honest. Scout told me to buy airbags and install them on the truck before I bought the camper. And I thought I'm a genius, and why would I possibly need that? I bought an F350. I can have 7,000 pounds in the back of the bed. The Scout is maybe 2,000 pounds total. So in my infinite wisdom, I thought that I knew better than them, and I didn't install any. And honestly, it was a mistake. I should have just got these from the get-go. I know what it feels like without them, and having them on is a complete upgrade. I cannot believe how better it is. Now, I really love it, honestly. I really love it. It's a really amazing kit. I really wanted to see how it did off-road before I really gave it an impression. I love how easy it is, having a little remote to set my PSIs. If I'm going between dirt roads and normal roads, I can just sit in the truck, set my PSI, have it do its thing, and then I'm back on the road. And if I need to go between like 20 to 45 PSI, it's literally like 20 seconds. So it's no big deal at all. If I didn't have the compressor, which you don't have to have at all, you can just get the normal airbags. But if I didn't have the compressor, I'd need to like jump out of the truck, either air it up with a compressor. I was going to use like a little Milwaukee M18 one, or I'd have to like air down with something to set my PSI. The compressor is a great addition. Again, if you are trying to be on a budget and you don't really want to spend the money, you don't have to. You can just get two little nozzles. It fills up just like you fill up your tires in your car, and it works really, really good. Same airbags, same everything, just without a compressor. Now, a few things that didn't really go to plan is the bracket for the compressor, the AirLift compressor. In theory, it is ideally supposed to have like a big C bracket and it go around the frame, and you just bolt it right onto the frame really easy. Unfortunately, the Super Duty has too big of a frame, so I couldn't get the bracket on. So I needed to use 2 bolts and just drill 2 holes in the frame and then mount it there. It's not the end of the world. It literally came with self-tapping bolts in the kit just in case this were to happen. But I thought that it would just bolt right on, and it didn't. And one thing that I kind of overestimated that it was going to be really good at is leveling me out when I'm at camp. I obviously use my max tracks a lot for leveling me out. In my mind, I thought that I was going to be able to like put the PSI up to like 90 or 100 and like level me out without them, or take all the PSI to one side and put it in and shift me around. And unfortunately, it didn't really work out that way for me. It didn't really change anything. I think it's the fact that my bed is so short that even if I'm moving 2-3 inches a little bit, it's not really doing a whole lot. Now, it's not a knock to AirLift or anything like that. I just thought it was gonna do a little bit better. That's no big deal because I have the max tracks. I just throw them under a tire. It moves me around, levels me out. Now, if I wanted to like really fine tune it with like an actual level, I could probably use the AirLift for something like that. But again, it's not like super critical, like pretty close is good enough for me. I really thought the highlight was gonna be on the highway, it was gonna do amazing, and off-road, it was gonna be a little jarring or bouncy, and that's not the case at all. Some of those roads that I was driving on yesterday without the snow, without it, I bet I would maybe be able to get to like 15 miles an hour. It was really washboardy, really ripply, and in the past, I've only been able to go really slow, or it literally just shakes me to death. And with this, I was able to go like 30, 35 really comfortably. The only reason I didn't go faster is because I thought that would be really reckless and I didn't want to go off the road or something like that. Even being in the camper last night, I felt a difference. Before that, if I would shift to one side, everything would kind of shake. I could feel the camper move and around. And with the airbags, I didn't feel it at all. I set it to like 45, which is what I do on the interstate, and walking around, it felt rock solid. I'm really excited about it. I do appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. So I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna be doing a whole series on the updates to the truck. I do have some other things lined up. And what I wanna do is I wanna make it the perfect off-road, camping, boondocking, and highway vehicle. That's very hard to do because you could either go full off-road and have big crazy tires and really amazing suspension, but then it kind of sucks on the interstate, or you could have like really good interstate driving and then it kind of sucks off-road. So I'm gonna try and combine those two and have the perfect rig for us, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm changing along the way and how that's gonna help me. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.